of the Patriots. He was named the new head coach of the Lions yesterday, a day after his defense gave up 41 points and over 500 yards of offense against the Eagles. Patricia became the Patriots defensive coordinator in 2012, and since then they've given up the second fewest points in the league. We're joined once again by Rob Parker, but Skip, is this a good hire by Detroit?
Rob Parker.
Yes.
I love your former city of Detroit, and it's always been a great market for this show, but I'm here to tell you this is a bad idea.
What?
Bad
Skip,
idea.
He's coming from the evil empire.
I know he is, and that's the problem. Not only was it bad enough that Belichick and Matt Patricia's defense just gave up 41 Super Bowl points to Nick Foles' offense, but what product of Belichick/Brady has ever had any sustained success once they leave the fold and become a head coach?
We don't have enough time to list all the people.
Not Charlie Weiss, not Romeo Crennel, not Eric Mangini, who was just on the show, not Josh McDaniels, not Bill O'Brien. Show me one where you say, oh, he had a breakthrough year. He won this or he won. No. They're products of, they're chips off these blocks.
But not the block.
Not the block. And this has always mystified me about NFL owners. This is my pettest peeve in the NFL for years and years. Why do owners grope for the next hire? Oh, I'm going to hire a coordinator. What has qualified a coordinator, unless he has a past as a head coach, maybe in college, but what qualifies a coordinator to be a head coach in the National Football League? Has a coordinator ever had any experience running the whole football team? Nope. Has he ever had to make those tough calls during the game? I'm going to go for it, or I'm going to kick the field goal, or I'm going to punt. Have they ever made those decisions? Nope. They never have.
So you're saying you would rather take like a guy who was a head coach in college?
I would.
Before just a coordinator.
That's just me. Sometimes you can get lucky and break through. But has the coordinator ever dealt with the media or dealt with the owner? Nope. Never. So Matt Patricia was known as kind of a player's coach. He was very close to his players, and they really played hard for him. But he was the good cop to the defensive players, and the bad cop was that head coach, Bill Belichick, right?
Yep.
And so I look at the background of one Matt Patricia. So he was an assistant line coach at Amherst and a graduate assistant at Syracuse. Then he joined the Patriots at the lowest level, and he kind of worked his way up as this coach and that coach, and he coached the linebackers and he coached the secondary. And for the last 4 years, he was Bill Belichick's defensive coordinator. That's like the weakest title in all of the NFL. Bill Belichick's defensive coordinator. You're just his assistant. That's all you are. He coordinates the defense. He strategizes. He's the personnel decision maker. Halftime adjustments are going to be Bill Belichick's. I'm sorry, you do get to call the defenses. Does that qualify you to be the head coach? So what is Matt Patricia best known for? His beard and that pencil that is permanently attached behind his ear, right?
Even in both of these pictures.
Yeah, that's all he's got. Everywhere he goes, he's got the pencil behind his ear. So that's his new trademark. But it's going to take a very big pencil with a very big eraser to erase all the problems and flaws that are now yours in Detroit with the Lions. Am I right, Rob Parker?
You are absolutely right.
And I'm here to suggest this will not be the guy who can erase those problems.
And the other issue is, you've heard of nepotism. This is like organizationalism. Bob Quinn is from New England, who's the general manager. That's why Patricia is the coach. And I get you're right. These owners fall for it all the time, rather than doing your own homework and research and saying, this hasn't worked. It hasn't worked here, at least with Belichick. He was running. And what's the difference between all those coordinators you mentioned and Belichick on how he's had the success? Tom Brady. He's had a Hall of Fame quarterback. I don't think he's a GOAT, but he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. And that's the difference on why.
Now you have to say something nice about it.
I just said it nice. Didn't I say something nice?
It's like a frog.
Yeah,
stuck in your throat.
Almost didn't come out, but it came out.
Yep. See, your Lions hate transcends your Brady hate.
No.
For the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. So that's the difference. And then the other part is that scares me about Patricia is this. He's only had one point of view, really, point of reference, coming from Belichick. Yeah. He hasn't been anywhere else.
No.
And now you're going from a team that's been very successful to a team that has one playoff win since 1957. One. It's impossible, right? The NFL's about parity. The Lions have one playoff win. Then he has to deal with Stat Pafford, right? The Lions quarterback.
Oh, you mean Matt Stafford?
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, same thing. Who piles up stats but can't beat anybody.
Right.
And I know I
You know
heard
what?
you
As
say.
much as I do like him, I give you a big point here. You've asked before. Show me the signature, and I can't find it.
A signature win that he's had. And he's been in the league 9 years now. We're not talking about he just got in the league. And the thing you brought up about the Lions coach who just got fired.
Jim Caldwell.
Jim Caldwell, say what you want. And the reasoning for him being fired did make sense because they couldn't beat any good teams. But he made the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years. And for the Lions, that's really good. And I want to see Patricia be able to go in and even duplicate what Jim Caldwell was able to do.
Skip, I'm not going to overreact after one game, but I agree with every point that you made. For the simple fact, he's never been in charge. He's never had to make, okay, this is when we're going to fly out. This is what we're going to do. This is who we're going to do this. This is who we want to sign. This is where we want to go in the draft. He's never had that point of view. Coach Belichick has done all the shopping, all the cooking, set the table. All you do is sit down and go eat. That's what Coach Belichick has done. And so I think also these teams look like, wow, you get one of those guys. But they do know Tom Brady's not coming along with them. Right, so they do know Tom Brady doesn't come with Matt Patricia. That Tom Brady didn't come with Romeo Cornell or Bill O'Brien.
Nope.
Bill O'Brien looks like he has a great situation now with Deshaun Watson. But Skip, when you play with all-time great players, guys that are on that staff, you look at Ray Lewis, the guys that were on the defensive side of football that got head coaching jobs, Marvin Lewis, Jack Del Rio, Mike Smith, Rex Ryan, Mike Singletary, Mike Nolan. Same thing with Brett Favre. Brett Favre with Mike
quarterback.
Holmgren,
Look at those.
Andy Reid, John Gruden, Steve Mariucci, Ray Rhodes.
That's good.
When you have these all-time great players, everybody think, well,
he's a quarterback guru, right?
Brett Favre's mailman got a coaching job. What does he know? That's what I'm concerned of. I'm always a little leery of first-year guys that's never had head coaching experience. Normally, the second time around, Coach Belichick, Cleveland, he won a playoff game, but for the other 4 years was less than eventful. Goes to New England. Mike Shanahan got fired 20 games into his coaching career with the Raiders. Goes to the Broncos, went back-to-back Super Bowls. Pete Carroll took the third time around because he's with the Jets. He's with New England, Seattle, boom, boom, boom. So a lot of times, Skip, it's every once in a while you'll stumble on a John Harbaugh. Now, he's had some lean years the last 3 years, but he was in the playoffs all the time.
And they won a Super Bowl.
And they grew up under a father who was a head coach.
Right.
So they learned how to do it. It was in their blood.
Correct.
And this is the other part, too, that bothers me. I'm not so sure. I know Josh McDaniels is official now with the Colts, right?
Yes.
But he's getting a second chance. And what came out of, one of the tree that from Belichick, right? Where he got busted in Denver.
He got busted.
No, he took his show on the road.
Right? It was
he went overseas.
It was overseas. And
he took that show on the road, Joe. I mean,
for taping the 49ers walkthrough, right?
Yeah.
Cost him $50,000, cost the team $50,000.
Cost him his job when he got back.
And his job.
Okay.
And now here's another guy. Now the Colts are saying, okay, here you go. So I wonder about Patricia as well. Did he bring his video camera to Detroit with him as well?
You just had to get that in.
I had to,
So, Eric Mangini, your pal, will not like me saying this.
Don't rip Eric.
I chuckle when I hear, Coach Belichick's going to be at a loss without Matt Patricia. No, he will not be. And I hear, Tom Brady's going to suffer without Josh McDaniels. No, he won't. Want to bet?
But Skip, I mean, to be fair now, he did win, 2 or 3 of his MVPs up under Josh. Okay. He won 2 MVP. He won 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 Super Bowls with Josh calling the plays now.
I will bet he'll be just fine next year. Want to bet?
He has some of his best numbers on. Yeah, Skip, he's great. I mean, he's Tom Brady. I mean, that's like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, I mean, he won championships under Phil Jackson. But was he not good for Auerbach?
Okay,
Was he not good
I will
for
give you
Collins?
this. I believe Josh McDaniels was a little better at what he does than Matt Patricia was
I'll
at what
agree
he
with that.
does.
I'll
Okay?
agree with that.
So I'm giving you that. But does that qualify Josh McDaniels to be a great head coach of the Indianapolis Colts?
No. But he's been a head coach before.
Is he going to call the plays? I assume.
I assume he will.
Right.
I assume he will. But he just has to be Josh.
Yep.
He went in there and tried to. I'm Bill Belichick. No, you're not. You're Josh McDaniels.
Will Matt Patricia win a playoff game for the Lions? In his 3 years, he'll be there.
He'll be 3 years.
Is he going to do? What are you going to do with that beard, though?
History would tell you.
What is he going to do with that beard?
Trim
He's
it.
going to keep it.
Huh?
He's going to keep it.
He's not going to cut the beard.
I got to trim it.
Yeah, got to trim it. You're a head coach now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to look the
Is
part.
he going to wear the hat on the other way around, too?
No.
He's still going to be backwards hat guy?
Yeah, that's okay.
Rob, thanks
No,
for joining us.
no.
Can the Thunder upset the Warriors tonight? We'll discuss
No.
that next.
Nah.